Kim Kardashian has mastered the art of surviving chaos. Think about it. This woman has lived through public breakups, televised meltdowns, stolen jewelry, Kanye West, and Tristan Thompson's 4,000 scandals. She's built an empire on timing, silence, reinvention, and the occasional viral selfie. But what she experienced at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party, that wasn't drama. That was a cultural earthquake named Meghan Markle. And the aftershock. Kim deleting a photo with Meghan, a single tap that cracked the internet's spine. Because when Kim Kardashian deletes you, you weren't just a bad angle, you were a full-blown brand hazard. But to understand why that delete button hit harder than a Kris Jenner NDA, you need to see the entire disaster unfold. Because Meghan didn't stroll into Kris's birthday party like a normal guest. She didn't glide in quietly, make polite small talk, sip champagne, and blend into the background like everyone else who understands the assignment. Oh no, Meghan walked in like she expected a slow-motion entrance, flashing lights, confetti cannons, and maybe even a choir singing her name in perfect harmony. And that confidence, it was unmatched, unnecessary, and unbelievably miscalculated. This was Kris Jenner's 70th birthday, hosted at Jeff Bezos's mansion, where the guest list was tighter than a Beverly Hills facelift. Everyone inside had either $1 billion, a global empire, or enough clout to start their own streaming service. The room was so star-studded it looked like someone shook up a snow globe full of A-listers and dumped them all into a room with martinis. Meghan and Harry entered this environment like two people who thought they were the main act. Except the room didn't pause, didn't turn, didn't give so much as a blink of acknowledgement. Instead, people leaned to each other and whispered, "Were they invited? Who told them to come? Are they filming something?" It wasn't curiosity, it was confusion. The kind you feel when someone walks into a wedding wearing a Halloween costume. Something didn't add up. Meanwhile, Meghan carried herself like she was about to be escorted to the VIP throne. Harry followed behind her, wearing that familiar expression he gets whenever he realizes he could have stayed home, but now he's stuck in a social nightmare he didn't prepare for. The Kardashians didn't rush to greet her. Kris didn't throw out her arms in joy. The Jenners didn't swarm. Instead, they continued enjoying the night like business moguls and multimillionaires tend to do, drinking, laughing, networking, and definitely not breaking their flow for a surprise Sussex cameo. Meghan scanned the room, expecting anyone to gasp at her presence. But all she got were polite nods and the kind of smiles people give strangers at a grocery store. Harry? He looked like a man who desperately wished he had stayed in the car. This wasn't the glamorous entrance Meghan envisioned. It was awkward, quiet, and embarrassingly out of place. And here's the funniest part, they stayed 10 minutes. 10 minutes is not mingling. 10 minutes is let's grab a photo before anyone notices we weren't supposed to be here, which, coincidentally, is exactly what happened because Meghan got her photo. The Holy Grail. A picture standing next to Kim Kardashian, something she probably believed would resurrect her Hollywood relevance like a PR defibrillator. Kim posted it. It went live. The internet saw it. And then it evaporated. Deleted so fast it might as well have screamed, "Oops, wrong person." Removed with the same energy Kim uses to remove men from her life narrative. This wasn't a soft untag. This wasn't a harmless archive. This was a digital erasure. Hollywood felt the shockwave instantly. TikTok started zooming into reflections like the Zapruder film. Twitter erupted into meme warfare. Fans started comparing before and afters. People even reconstructed the timeline down to the second Kim must have tapped delete. And why? Because Kim Kardashian does not delete lightly. This woman has kept photos of exes, random acquaintances, failed brands, and controversial outfits for years. She doesn't delete for no reason. She deletes to protect the brand. She deletes to send a message. She deletes when someone is radioactive, which is exactly what Meghan is becoming. Hollywood has quietly started distancing itself from her for months now, brands avoiding collaboration, executives avoiding her name, insiders rolling their eyes whenever her PR team leaks another exclusive about her being the next Princess Diana. The Kardashian empire is powered by image management. If they felt Meghan threatened their aesthetic, their influence, or their public perception, that alone explains the deletion. But that wasn't the only theory. Some insiders whispered that Meghan herself might have demanded the removal after seeing the photo didn't flatter her. Maybe the lighting cast a shadow. Maybe Kim looked more powerful in the image. Maybe Meghan's dress didn't match the level of billionaire glamour around her. And if Meghan can't control a photo, she doesn't want it up. Another theory was even juicier. Harry didn't want the photo online and allegedly asked for it to be taken down. And while that sounds strange, nothing about this couple surprises anyone anymore. But then came the most humiliating theory of all, one that sent Hollywood spiraling like a dropped martini glass. Meghan and Harry might not have been invited. At all. Not officially. Not personally. Not even accidentally. Maybe someone gave them a hint. Maybe Meghan assumed. Maybe Harry was dragged. Maybe they showed up thinking proximity belonging. But inside the event, nobody acted like they expected them. Guests whispered behind champagne glasses. Who invited them? Why are they here? Was their name on the list? It felt less like a royal entrance and more like two people following someone else through the door, hoping no one would notice. Suddenly, their short 10-minute stay made sense. Meghan didn't just feel out of place. She was out of place. And then the deletion happened. The 1-2 punch of embarrassment and erasure. For Meghan, who obsesses over her public image like it's a college thesis, this was devastating. Sources close to her said she was stunned, upset, even shaken. Harry supposedly tried calming her down by telling her to ignore it, which is basically what husbands say right before their wives go nuclear. Because for Meghan, this was more than a picture. It was validation. A sign she still mattered. A symbol she was still relevant in Hollywood. A chance to say, see, I still belong at the top. And Kim obliterated that hope with a single tap. But Hollywood didn't stop there. Behind the scenes, agents, publicists, and PR strategists all whispered the same thing. Meghan is becoming unmarketable. Netflix deals cooling off. Spotify cutting ties. Brands pulling back. Executives avoiding drama. A-listers keeping their distance. Meghan was supposed to be a global force, a cultural icon, a rebrand waiting to explode. And instead, she became a risk, a controversy generator, a narrative hurricane. The Kardashians sensed it immediately. They didn't need a press release. They didn't need confirmed details. They didn't need explanations. They needed a delete button, and they used it. From Hollywood's perspective, Meghan has spent years trying to turn every setback into a victim arc, every criticism into a conspiracy, every public moment into a documentary pitch. That doesn't play well in an industry that survives on connections and calculated alliances. So when Kim Kardashian erased her, Hollywood understood the message instantly. Meghan is not one of us. Even more brutal, the royal family's reaction leaked to the press. They were shocked Harry attended. Shocked he was mixing with Kardashians. Shocked he was so far removed from royal duty he flew into the Hollywood influencer universe like a lost satellite. While Meghan celebrated the idea of being photographed with Hollywood's most powerful family, the royal family saw it as yet another sign Harry has no direction. But the most devastating part for Meghan wasn't the deletion or the whispers or the memes or the awkward 10 minutes. It was the fallout nobody talked about publicly, the quiet shift in how Hollywood views her. Because Hollywood didn't blacklist her, they didn't exile her, they didn't cancel her. They did something worse. They stopped caring. Meghan's presence no longer electrifies a room, it drains it. Her name doesn't command power. It raises eyebrows. Her brand doesn't generate excitement, it generates fatigue. She walked into that party hoping to reclaim relevance. She walked out, erased. Not because of a scandal, not because of a feud, but because the people who define pop culture saw her and decided she wasn't essential. Kim's delete button wasn't pettiness. It was a verdict. A quiet, powerful, irreversible Hollywood verdict. Meghan doesn't move us. And that's the kind of rejection no PR team can spin into empowerment. Hollywood runs on momentum. Meghan lost hers. And Kim's deletion made sure the world noticed. And there you have it, the full breakdown of yet another Meghan Markle catastrophe that somehow manages to be both unbelievable and yet exactly what we expect at this point. But don't go anywhere because the chaos doesn't end here. If you thought this was messy, if you thought Kim's deletion was harsh, if you thought Hollywood distancing was dramatic, wait until you see what's happening next. The next video? Oh, it's a masterpiece. It's the one where Harry is in absolute disbelief as Sarah Ferguson exposes Meghan's yacht days with Andrew. Yes, those yacht days. The days Meghan pretends were never photographed. The days the internet whispers about in the days Hollywood insiders mention only behind locked doors. So don't miss it. Click over to that video and brace yourself. Grab your popcorn, grab your emotional support drink, gather your friends, the chaos is premium. And if you're new here, hit subscribe, smash the bell, and join this family of people who enjoy piping hot Hollywood tea with zero sugar and maximum honesty. Because here on Star Spotlight, we don't slow down, we don't soften the blows, we don't skip the scandal, we expose it
boldly,
fearlessly.
daily.
Now go watch that next video. Trust me, you're not ready, but you're gonna love every second of it.